So we know this will be a Women's Championship ground again next season, but Crystal Palace are hoping to give it one final hurrah. And Leicester's home form has kept them up this season, but they do need to translate that to their performances on the road. This is their final chance to pick up an away win in the league this season. Stengel gives chase, trying to apply an early press on these Leicester City defenders, but it's just going to be walked out to the left-hand side for Esmita Ale to clear. Vaya. Yanez happy to clear her lines and find the very experienced Katrine Vaya, who has, of course, won the Women's Super League before with Arsenal. She's now experienced life at the other end of the table too, given away. And it's Mamiki who's trying to run through. Swaby stretches out a long leg to nip in ahead of her. Blanchard. Finding Josie Green on the overlap. And now Vierden. Stengel. Oh, Blanchard may be in here! Off the frame of the goal. Vaya tries to keep things going. It's Guile into the area. The chance still not cleared. Eventually, Leicester City managed to get enough players between the ball and the goal. But that is a huge chance for Annabelle Blanchard, who already has 2 goals against Leicester City this season. Really neatly worked. One-touch play on the edge of the penalty area. And then cannoning off the frame of the goal. Brilliant starts by Crystal Palace. What can Katrine Vaya deliver from this corner? She won't get a second attempt. Kane. Swaby. Now Potter. Nolan. Looks long towards Stengel. Josie Green's causing all sorts of problems on the right-hand side here. She has been very bold in getting forwards from the back. Vierden. Picked up by Lexi Potter. Slightly behind Blanchard, and Thibault took a bit of a risk. Got away with that one, and now look at Leicester counter. Hannah Kane, full of running. Waits for support, delays the shots. And finds Mamiki. Can tease one in towards the far post, and Katrine Vaya is just going to be able to settle things down slightly defensively. Oh, Palace showing no signs of slowing down as they can break forward here, and Vierden with a real chance here for the opening goal. Fired straight at Janina Leipzig. What an opening few minutes this has been here in South London. Really powerful running down that left-hand side by Molly May Sharp. Vierden just trying to use Courtney Nevin as a bit of a screen there to try to deceive Janina Leipzig. too easy for the German between the sticks in the end. Reardon. Molly May Sharp now drifting out to the right-hand side, and again a willing runner in Josie Green. Blanchard. He's looking to find Stengel. She's had the best chance of the game so far, hasn't she? Annabelle Blanchard. She's an incredibly influential figure in this Crystal Palace side. Perhaps hasn't started as much as she would have liked to in recent weeks as it came to the crucial part of the season. She's back in possession here. Green's ball. Thibault got slightly lucky there. Green again, winning back possession for her team. Helped on, Reardon making the run in behind, and Janina Leitzig was very quick to come off her line as the sun beams down here at the VBS Community Stadium. Thibault. Kane losing out. Swaby unable to keep that ball in. Will be a Leicester City throw-in and a much-needed reprieve for their defenders, who have been up against it in this opening 8 minutes or so. Palace haven't started this game like a side who have only scored 16 times this season. But that tally is still one more goal than the lowest scorers in the division, who are Leicester. It has been Palace's defence that has let them down across the campaign. 58 goals they've conceded in the Women's Super League this season. Only 4 teams have ever conceded more in a single top-flight campaign. Leicester starting to get a bit more joy from their press, forcing Palace to go long. And winning back the ball in a decent position. Eriksdotter felt as though she was through on goal. The offside flag did go up. It's just her 7th appearance for Leicester City. She was a January arrival from the Swedish top-flight side, Kristianstad. Still yet to find the back of the nets in the WSL. Did have a good goal-scoring record at her former side. 26 in 51. Blanchard releasing Veerden. And again, Thibaut equal to it. Positioning has got Leicester out of some sticky situations early on in this game. Via once more across to take this one, well into her 17th year as a senior professional footballer now. This one's a deeper delivery. It was met by a Palace head. There was a half-hearted appeal for a foul on Josie Green. Instead, it will be a corner kick on the other side of the pitch to be delivered by Mila Guile. From the Dane. Up, not quite away by Swaby. Really misjudged that one, the younger of the Swaby sisters in the penalty area. Still effective though, cleared the danger for now. Giles' delivery again was missed by Janina Leipzig. Third Palace corner in the row. It looks as though Annabelle Blanchard's role on these set pieces is to be chief nuisance maker. Try to occupy Janina Leipzig as much as possible without committing a foul. In from Via. Back across, Leipzig just about gets something to it, but she was impeded on her way through the sea of bodies. That one perhaps a bit of a soft decision. Now 13 minutes in, and a minor concern for Leicester. So a chance for the teams to get some water on board. And just a reminder to you as well, you can click the link pinned in the comments to keep up with all of the latest Barclays Women's Super League news. And of course, make sure you subscribe on YouTube as well. There will be full match replay, highlights as well, and more features to come from the remainder of this season. And of course, then it's just a case of looking ahead to the next campaign. We will continue to bring you all of the live action. Sam Tierney back on her feet, which means we can get things back underway. Blanchard. Trying to find a body in the box. It was Molly May Sharp who had an improvised volley there. Straight at Janina Leipzig. Palace have definitely had the better of the chances. 15 minutes into this game. Leicester have found a way through their press. Tierney. Mamiki on the move in the middle and well cut out by Hayley Nolan. Here's Nevin. Oh, losing out to a couple of Palace players who are pressing in packs. Swaby. Yes, he's looking for Green. It will make its way to her. She can just tidy things up a bit. Got a little bit scrappy then. As mentioned, Palace's first ever WSL win came against Leicester back in October. The last newly promoted side to do the double over a single opponent in the WSL were actually Leicester against Birmingham 3 seasons ago. Green. Swaby invited to step forward. Stengel was looking to be the recipient of Giles' flick round the corner. You can see there the 3 Palace players leading the press on Leicester when they do get their throw-ins in these areas. Asmita Ale, before she'd even pick the ball up, and 3 Palace players just closing the space around her. It's neatly done though by Tierney. And Erik Storter just ran out of space. Blanchard's picked up a bit of a sore one in midfield. Palace will continue. And number 10 back on her feet now. Weirden. Drifting into more of a central area. Stengel is allowed to run the channels. And win Palace another corner. They've looked dangerous from these. Leicester City have just about stood firm for now. Palace are mixing things up again. Short it goes. Via's ball. Easy claim for Leipzig. Leipzig last month racked up a 50th starts for Leicester City. Should be hoping to end her wait for a WSL clean sheet this afternoon. Not kept one in any of the last 6 since February. Tierney. Stengel loses out to Thibaut. And then wins it back off her. Guile. Stottit getting much more involved as this game goes on. Space opened up in behind. And there's a chance on the half volley for Missy Goodwin. The whistle had already been blown. It's Yanni Skyman making a run from deep. To come forward again with Mamiki. The two players over on this left-hand side, actually. Nolan. Fire goes long, Molly May Sharp gives chase. Leicester have enough back there, and Sam Tierney with another ball over the top into the channels. It's very clearly a game plan for them to try and find Helene Eriksdottir. Sharp. Still going, unable to find Green. Now Blanchard's a real chance. They break for Guile. Back with Molly May Sharp. His delivery picked out Fire. Couldn't get the contact on the header that she wanted. Palace will continue to build. Here's Guile. Veerden, who wins it back. Just looking to create a yard of space with a shooting opportunity. It doesn't come, so perhaps a crossing opportunity instead with Vaya. Weirden. Plucked out of the sky by Leipzig. Palace are playing some encouraging stuff. Stengel. Vaya. Guile on the overlap. Blanchard. Guile, a drop of the shoulder, and the shot was charged down before it had even left her foot. They have Leicester pinned back to Palace. Veerden. Stengel Forced away from goal by Ale, but she's able to turn away from her not once but twice. Timo hacks it clear. And they're sharp to pounce. Again, the shot's too close to Leipzig. Leicester perhaps guilty of overplaying it in these situations. They've been up against it early on, inviting the pressure, inviting the shots, and grateful that it ended up easily scooped up by Janina Leipzig. Mamiki. She is Leicester City's most fouled player in the WSL. It's the 28th time that she's been brought down to win a free kick. Incredibly tricky operator and good on dead balls as well. Mickey leaves it. But gets the follow-up and tries to go for the nutmeg on the edge of the penalty area, and there's at least one foul in there from Leicester City's players. Swaby. Pulled down by Erik Stottir. One of the easier decisions that referee Adewumni Soni's going to have to make this afternoon. Given away by Yanez. It has happened far too often already in this opening half hour for Leicester. And they have found themselves in a decent position. The final ball has been lacking. Maybe tried to go all the way home, but it's Erik Stottir who will profit here. Into the side netting. Wow, a real chance for her to open her WSL accounts. Almost gift-wrapped to her by Alison Swaby, who lost her bearings inside her own half. She went for power at the near post. Helene Erik Stottir. Well, Palace have definitely had the better chances. Certainly the more frequent ones. Annabelle Blanchard rattling the frame of the goal early on. But that will go down as a clear-cut opportunity for Leicester City. Amandine Mikel will be disappointed that they didn't at least work Shea Yanez. Sharp riding a couple of challenges, still going as well. She's a powerful runner once she picks up a head of speed. Guile. Blanchard. Vaya. Oh, late from Molly May Sharp on Julie Thibault. The offside flag had gone up. Don't think there was too much in it from the Palace forwards. Maybe he can only touch that one out and behind for a Leicester City corner. Palace have, of course, had a number of these. As yet, haven't been able to make them count. What can Leicester City conjure up here? 32 minutes into this game. Deep, and it's Swaby with the header, and it's cleared out from under the crossbar by Miller Guile. Chantal Swaby's eyes lit up for a moment then. Still yet to score in the WSL for Leicester City. And that looked like it was heading towards the corner. Potter, nearing the end of her second season spell on loan at Crystal Palace from Chelsea. Someone who parent club rate very, very highly. Signed a new 4-year deal in the summer. Palace have played such a huge part in her development. Was under pressure. He concedes a throw in, but it has been given the other way. Leicester players in disbelief. Jinks away from Kane. Leicester City have never won a Women's Super League game in London. They've had 16 attempts before this afternoon's game, drawing 1, losing 15. They're on the back foot again. Molly May Sharp just running out of pitch. Blanchard wins it back. Stopped by Thibaut, who is quietly having a very, very solid game at centre-back, and the distribution's good too. Missy Goodwin caught up by Josie Green. Mamiki. Tierney back for Ale and takes the return ball too. Another Leicester corner. Much better on the counter-attack from the visitors. Held out towards the penalty spots. Back in from Mamiki. Nolan. Invited to step forward. Blanchard, oh, it was just lacking a bit more precision in that final pass, but Palace momentarily sliced open Leicester there with some quick one-touch passing. Better execution on the final ball, and Guile may just have been in there. Mamiki trying to create down the other end. Here goes Missy Goodwin. And Swaby beats Eriks Dottir to the ball. Kane with a few choice words for Adewumni Sonny, today's referee, but our teammates will now need to defend this ball in from Guile. Far too close to Leipzig, who had her angles covered and was happy to watch that one out and behind for a goal kick. Stengel gets it back from Guile. He's got the strength as well to get round Asmita Ali. Thibaut once more in the way. And that's the composure to find herself a yard of space. Great. Punched forwards. Oh, May Sharp very nearly squeezing through there. May still drop for Palace. Here's Josie Green. Veerden. Plenty to aim for. It may still fall for Green. And that is an excellent reaction stop from Janina Leipzig. Green has caused problems on the right-hand side. Virden's pull back looking for Guile. And the ricochet just took it right into the path of Josie Green. Denied from point-blank range by the German between the sticks for Leicester. Palace using this as an opportunity to reset and just get those tactical instructions across to each other. Potter, Blanchard and Stengel in deep discussion. Tierney, not for the first time this afternoon, having to leave the fields after receiving treatments. Let's hope she's only been winded. Plenty of power in the strike behind from Mila Guile in the build-up to that last opportunity. Sam Tierney looked to have caught the full impact of it. The side now need to defend this corner without her on the pitch. Mamiki. Maybe holds off Erik Stottir. Nolan happy to clear her lines. It turned out to be a good pass. Sharp to Blanchard. Space on the right-hand side for Josie Green. Just needed to be nudged one more player over. Erik Stottir, that's better from her. Sprayed the pass out for Hannah Kane to chase two. Erik Stottir on the return. Very nearly squeezing that one in at the near post. And it was her pass that brought Kane into play. And look at the run, bottom of your screen, to nip in ahead of Hayley Nolan. That full stretch though was unable to direct her effort on target. Great. Palace players weren't too pleased with how the ball was kicked away there. Three minutes to be added on. At the end of this first half, there have been chances, but as of yet, no goals. Bayer just got the ball trapped under her feet at the wrong time. Hannah Kane takes the throw in quickly. Tierney. Mamiki. Eric Stottier will try to keep this in, and Yanez made quite the barrier. Bayer. There goes Eric Stottier again. This time the physicality is matched by Alison Swaby. Now Chantal Swaby winning the ball back for Leicester. Mamiki. Ali. Oh, it may still fall here for Leicester City to open the scoring. And it's Hannah Kane. Her first Women's Super League goal of the season. Well, Palace had been piling on the pressure throughout the first half. But when Leicester did get their opportunity here, Hannah Kane picked her spots to give the Foxes the lead in South London. Well, prior to kick-off, no team had gone 1-0 behind in more WSL games this season than Crystal Palace or Leicester. They had 14 occasions each. Now, Crystal Palace take the lead themselves. They also have another unwanted league record. If things stay the same, it will be the 16th time in the WSL this season that they have trailed at half-time. Mamiki. Nevin. For Swaby. And that will be it for this action-packed first half in South London. Palace have had so many chances. Annabelle Blanchard's hitting the post. They've got themselves into some good areas, some good positions too. But ultimately, it was a late strike in this first half by Hannah Kane, her first in the Women's Super League this season, which has given Leicester the advantage at the interval. Half-time here in Sutton is Crystal Palace 0, Leicester City 1. Welcome back to South London. We're here at the VBS Community Stadium, where Hannah Kane's very late goal in that first half has given Leicester City a one-goal advantage over the hosts Crystal Palace in their final home fixture in the WSL, at least for another season. What can they do to respond in this second half and try to at least sign off this season on a high note in front of their very loyal fan base? Leicester City aiming to avoid becoming the fourth team to go a full 22-game WSL season without a single away win. Of their previous 10, they've drawn 2 and lost 8. But they do have the lead here. Immediately up against it. Stengo it was who went to ground there, nothing given. Mamiki. Well, Leicester have lost just 4 points from winning positions in the WSL this season. They've won 4 of the 6 games in which they've led and have never lost when doing so. This is the first time all season that they've led a game away from home at any point. In contrast, Palace have won just 1 point from 16 games in which they've trailed. And that was against Brighton, that late equaliser earlier this season by Mikato. Here's Green. Sharp. And behind, beaten to it by Swaby. Mamiki. Kane was open on the right-hand side. Thibaut went a bit more central instead. Easily read by these Palace defenders. There is an issue off the ball. Annabelle Blanchard's requiring some treatment. We've not seen too much by way of attacks coming down Leicester City's left-hand side. Courtney Nevin and Missy Goodwin uncharacteristically quiet this afternoon, so perhaps that is something that Amandine Mikel has been speaking about in the dressing room at half-time. Just a reminder, of course, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do, and click the link pinned in the comments as well to make sure that you're keeping up to date with all of the latest WSL news. We've had less than 5 minutes of this second half while Annabelle Blanchard still receives treatment, so there's clearly things that the Leicester City coaching staff have seen since the restarts that they want to address as urgently as possible. Seems a lot of it may be involving the movements of their striker, Helene Eriksdottir. It was a much better performance by Amandine Mikel's side against Manchester City at home last time out. Of course, their top flight status had been preserved before kick-off, thanks to West Ham United doing them a favour up against Crystal Palace in the London derby. They were actually able to keep out Manchester City, and very attack-minded Manchester City at that, for 70 minutes before Lauren Hemp's goal. Amandine Mikel is a bit of a perfectionist. She said after the game, we had to push as hard as we can to do better in the last 2 games against Leicester and West Ham United. She has warned of the dangers that they may face today against Leif Smerud's side, so you see there. Mikel said they are free, and the players in Palace shirts may be looking to show themselves as they look for a new project next season. Quite what the player turnover is going to be remains to be seen. Of course, they have signed a number of players to lengthy contracts, so be interesting to see, especially with the Championship taking a bit more of a step up this season in terms of the quality and the infrastructure around the teams. Quite what Crystal Palace are able to do, and whether they can get themselves straight back into this division. Of course, there is currently a title decider going on at the same time as this game at half-time between Birmingham City and London City Lionesses. It is goalless, so it looks as though London City Lionesses will be taking Crystal Palace's place in the Women's Super League as things stand. Green. Potter. Guile. Goal scorer Kane back defending. She had a decent month, Hannah Kane, recently helping Wales to one of their greatest results last month, equalising against Sweden in their UEFA Nations League group. Ali. First to the ball, but Stengel's there to win it back. And go for goal herself. And she hit it low, she hit it true. And it was off target from the American. Her goal last time out against West Ham United from the penalty spot means that she is the only player in the WSL who has directly contributed to half of their team's goals. 4 goals and 4 assists for her. Kane trying her luck again. It's a brilliant stop. Shea Yanez down low to her right. Getting a strong hand to it, and she needed to too. Kane full of confidence, having given Leicester City the lead inside the first half. It needed a big response there from Shea Yanez to keep her out and prevent her a second goal this afternoon. Leicester, however, do have a corner. Mamiki to take from that left-hand side. Swaby to it first, and Palace have enough back to work this one away from danger. Fire. Guile running the lines. And from a Leicester City corner, Crystal Palace win themselves their own corner. Guile won the corner. Guile will take the corner. Just shy of the hour mark. Good win away. Bearden. Kyman. Nevin. Better build-up play here by Leicester. It's Kane's ball in, just over the head of Missy Goodwin. Fire. Nolan. Green emerges with possession. Guile leading this latest counter-attack for Crystal Palace. Bearden. Couple of changes for Leicester then. And it's Chosanota coming on in place of Goodwin, who has had a quieter afternoon today. And Shannon O'Brien with another like-for-like substitution, replacing Elin Eriksdottir. So O'Brien will go up front. Chosanota will just slot into the very fluid three players behind O'Brien. Mamiki. Here's Chosanota. There's a couple of touches for her. And winning the ball back to unfairly though. Since Adewumne Sonny. Mamiki. Nice take under pressure. Thibaut continued her run. It was matched by Alison Swaby. Potter. Under pressure in midfield. Sheyanes took a risk there, it paid off. Nice bit of footwork from the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. This time throws it out to find Stengel. Guile. Sharp was advancing on the left-hand side, cut out by Thibaut. Nolan. One back by Mamiki. Here's O'Brien. It's away from one, but good pace shown by Alison Swaby. Tierney. And away, Guile pouncing. May Sharp got there as well. Tierney's won it back again, this time from Potter. This is Palace's final home fixture of the season. They still travel to Manchester City away in their last game at this level. Manchester City, meanwhile, finish their season at home to West Ham United. Looking for revenge after a 1-0 reverse defeat. Nice footwork by Weirden. Blanchard was threatening in behind. The ball slightly wrong side of her. Chasanotta trying to get in ahead of Katrine Vire, who used all of her experience there to just ward off the young winger. Ali. Sonotta's ball is deflected, easy claim for Sheyanes. One back by Swaby. Weirden was persistent in there. Finds Guile, who in turn can pick out Stengel, and Palace will just settle things again. As things stand, if the 3 points do go back to Leicester, There's an opportunity as Josie Green goes down inside the area and wins Palace a penalty. Well, she's been flying forward from fullback throughout the afternoon. And it was a run from deep, which was excellently picked out by Alison Swaby. And they were just unable to stay with her. The right decision made. A desperate lunge inside the penalty area gives Palace a route back into this game and a chance to give those fans behind the goal something to cheer at the end of what has been an incredibly tough inaugural season in the Women's Super League. And Katie Stengel slotted home from the spots last time out against West Ham United. It's Annabelle Blanchard with the ball in her possession. Yet to score this calendar year in the WSL. In fact, just one goal since her brace against Leicester City at the start of the season. She's assumed responsibility here. Crystal Palace's number 10. A chance to level the scores. Blanchard against Leipzig. Blanchard steps up and slots it home. And Crystal Palace have a deserved equaliser. And Blanchard, just 3 days shy of her 24th birthday, is able to give herself a gift. Her 4th goal of the Women's Super League season. You do wonder whether this will spur Crystal Palace on. And maybe records 3 points themselves. Leicester, meanwhile, trying to hit back immediately. So O'Brien, who was carrying the ball dangerously into the box. Leicester still have a player down. Mamiki wasn't waiting, and she headed wide of that near post. 20 minutes to play. It seems as though the tempo has kicked up a notch. The immediate concern for Leicester is inside the penalty area. There are also a couple of substitutions for them to contend with. 2 players coming on. It's the end of Katie Stengel's afternoon. She's replaced by Abby Larkin. And Mikato is also onto the pitch as well. Coming on for Josie Green. Couple of alterations for Amandine Mikel as well. Firstly, Yuka Mamiki being replaced by Saori Takarada. The two, of course, combining to win Japan their first ever She Believes Cup back in February. some more valuable first-team minutes for young Nelly Lass, still just 17 years old. In place of Hannah Kane, who was receiving treatment but looks to be moving okay as she walks off that side of the pitch. Nelly Lass, who scored her first senior goal earlier this season in the FA Cup back in January. She's yet to find the back of the nets in the WSL. There are very high things expected of her. Gato, given away to Thibault. Blanchard. Got Palace back into this game with a penalty. Now finds Larkin. His cross is a good one. And headed off target by Molly May Sharp. He feels it came off a Leicester player. Another promising Palace surge. Having so much joy down that right-hand side. Leif Gunnar Smerud, of course, is the former Norway interim boss. He replaced Laura Kaminski in March. He was asked what his future holds. The Crystal Palace manager, he said, well, look, you have to look at all the facts. We've not been good enough this season, but the benefit of facing adversity is that you are able to grow from it, but only if you do use it in the right way. He said the rebuild for Palace next season has already started behind the scenes. They have lots of work to do to ensure they give themselves the best opportunity of bouncing straight back up. It's been a season full of learning for them. But this has been an improved performance by Crystal Palace, who coming into today's game had lost each of their previous 3 WSL matches by a margin of 4 or more goals. Looks as though Bristol City's unwanted record of 4 consecutive defeats by 4 or more goals during the 2020-21 campaign is safe for another season, unless there is an almighty onslaught from Leicester City in these final 15 minutes. You can see in the background, Deanne Rose, 3-time Olympian, readying herself to come onto the pitch. It's a bit of an anxious wait, isn't it, for the Leicester City players to just find out how Shannon O'Brien's doing. Seems okay to run that one off, so Deanne Rose is told to sit back down again and put her jacket on, much to the bemusements of the Leicester City bench. Takarada. Shosanota. He's trying to look for young Nelly Lass at the far post. Just added an injection of pace onto that left-hand side. Inside a corner too. Abby Larkin desperately trying to track back there. Whose 20th birthday last weekend wasn't the most ideal one, with Palace's relegation being confirmed. Another deep delivery, and that one's going to go all the way out and behind for a goal kick. Fire. Back by Thibaut. Ali. Takarada challenging for the header. O'Brien very nearly sat up for her. Swaby can bring this one away. What a good run this is by Alison Swaby, who needs support. She was looking out to her right-hand side. No one had managed to keep pace with her. Now every Leicester player back in their defensive position. Takarada. Shosanota. And back by Potter. Now Blanchard. Kato. And for Katrine Vaya to compete with Asmita Ali for. Guile. Kato. Away goes Lass. Takarada beats her to the ball. She strayed into an offside position and may have been better, leaving that one for the teenager. Hyman. It's a free kick from Annabelle Blanchard, who, after racking up a number of fouls, goes into the referee's book. Courtney Nevin to deliver this one, left-footed. Less than 10 minutes to go. Well, it was met by Swaby. Lacked the purchase on the header and routine for Shea Yanis. Nice footwork by Bearden. It's on by Guile, but Thibault will get there first. Bayer. Takarada. Potter to Blanchard. This is better from Palace. Sharp. Bearden to Blanchard. Swaby. Takarada. Shosanota galloping forward on the left-hand side. Takarada decides to go right. And Tierney just telling her in the centre of your picture there, it was the wrong decision. The space that Shosanota had to run into. There's O'Brien in the way. Bayer. Even 85 minutes in, Molly May Sharp still full of running. And running with purpose too, trying to stretch the Leicester City back line. Takarada wins it back. Shosanota on the move once more. O'Brien too. Eventually it does go to the left-hand side. Shosanota's ball isn't tapped home at that far post. Palace do just enough to block the route through to goal. Nelly Lass arriving late. It was such an inviting cross and it just required that final touch. Katrine Bayer, using all 17 years of her experience to get herself in the way. Yanni Skyman makes way for Deanne Rose. Immediately tries to trigger the press. And Leicester City win it back in a good area. Lass's ball. And it wasn't too far away from nestling into that far corner. Oh, she bounced on it quickly. And it had Shea Yanis scrambling. Yanis still just the one WSL clean sheet this season. That did come in the reverse fixture. Blanchard. Potter finds Via. Sharp wants it delivered early. It's floated above her head, straight into the grateful arms of Leipzig. Trying to get Leicester City forward quickly. Here's Rose. First involvement for her since coming on. Just over a minute to play, plus stoppage time. And Shosanotta to Takarada. Is this a chance for Leicester City to restore their lead in this game? Ali to clip it in, and Lass sends another one wide. Came at her quickly. Only one Leicester City player has scored a header this season in the WSL, and that was Julie Thibault from a corner kick against Aston Villa back in February. And not the type of side to put the ball into the mixer.
Officials
10 minutes to be played on at the end of this second half. A couple of injury stoppages, of course. And the goal, substitutions to add into that too. More than enough time for either of these sides to secure a winning goal. Oh, that's a lovely bit of skill. Abby Larkin turning away from Shosanotta in style. Sharp. Bearden. Carto. Guile. Met by Ali, who defended that one well. Snapping into the challenges. Takarada. Sharp will give chase, as she has done all afternoon, and she met a brick wall there in the shape of Chantal Swaby. And that's a brilliant ball. Well, very nearly was. Just bouncing out of play ahead of Shosanota. Rose wins it back. O'Brien to Ali. Thibaut's ball over the heads, and it's O'Brien to surely wrap up the 3 points. Well, she was picked out excellently by Julie Thibaut. But she still had a lot to do. The first touch was good, their second touch was better. Into the top corner. And it looks as though Leicester may well be heading towards their first away victory in the league this season. It's cruel on Crystal Palace. Leicester City have looked far more likely in the latter stages of this second half. And it is a goal worthy of winning this game. It seems apt to Shannon O'Brien, who scored in Leicester's last victory against Brighton. That was back in March. May well have just scored to wrap up a victory here. Leicester fans love her for her passion and her work rate. It's quite often called relentless. There is a flag here in South London today, celebrating that very trait. She was clinical in her finish then, and she's leading this next wave of counter-attack. Guided forward, looking for Tierney. Swaby gets there first. Minutes still to play, but this will be a victory that puts 10 points between Leicester City and Crystal Palace. And as things stand, with the other results going on at the moment, Chelsea beating Tottenham, it sees Leicester City leapfrog Tottenham in the WSL table. They will finish the match day in 10th place. Ahead only on goal difference. In theory, if things go to plan for them in the final game of the season, they could finish, the Foxes, as high as 9th, but they would require a favour needs Aston Villa to fail to beat both West Ham and Brighton and Hove Albion at home. Veerden. Sharp. Oh, it's a brilliant ball in! And finished off at the far post. Abby Larkin scoring her first Women's Super League goal of the season. She timed her run to perfection. She timed her influence to perfection too. What a ball across the face of goal that was by Molly May Sharp, whose work rate, her attitude has been second to none this afternoon. And she has just rescued her side a point. It won't matter in the grander scheme of things. Crystal Palace, of course, they know their fate this season. But that will give these fans here something to celebrate, and these players some reward as well, because they played some good stuff this afternoon. Two goals in injury time here. The 10 minutes added on, there's still just over a minute to play. Leicester City in this game have taken the lead on 2 occasions. Each time, Crystal Palace have fought back and levelled. Takarada asking a bit too much of Deanne Rose. Bit of a collector's item for all of you clock watchers back home. You will see the time tick into the 100th minute. Shea Yanez will make sure that she just uses up as many seconds as possible. Swaby, Carto given away. Shasanota's touch was too heavy. Is there time as Palace can break forward? Look at Blanchard at the far post. Molly May Sharp takes a look up. It's a ball towards that area. And Blanchard's a good few yards behind play. It wasn't the best execution on the cross this time from Molly May Sharp. Carto. Oh, there's space in behind. Veerden, his first touch, let her down. And that will be it. There may have been chance for Crystal Palace to steal 3 points this afternoon. But ultimately, they have fought back to secure 1. They won't be playing in the Women's Super League next season. But they've certainly provided us with some blockbuster drama right at the end of the penultimate game of this league campaign. Shannon O'Brien felt as though she'd won it. She struck deep into injury time, but with mere minutes remaining on the clock, it was Abby Larkin who popped up to level things for a second time this afternoon. As it finishes here in South London, Crystal Palace 2, Leicester City 2.